morning, right? So we shall start our English classes. The first hour is English class, as you all know. And yesterday I was telling you about the sounds, the phonetic sounds. We saw the consonants, and I shall tell the vowels. I shall explain the vowels to you, right? So the phonetics sounds in English. Good morning. So we shall continue with our class this morning. So yesterday we were discussing about the sounds, the phonetic symbols in English language, and we saw the consonants and vowels. And I told you that you want to speak English perfectly, you need to go according to the sounds of English language. Phonetics. And for every sound, there is a symbol. Okay, there is a representation of a symbol, and that symbol I told you, consonant symbol. I told you the consonant symbol, right? It's not a P. Like alphabets are different. We don't go according to alphabets. We say A, B, C, D, but it's not A, B, C, D, right? The sounds are there, consonant sounds. And what are these consonants? Consonants are having aspiration, some disturbance in the throat, this obstruction of the air passage, P, B, K, okay, consonants. And vowels, A, E, I, O, U, the vowels, right? The vowels, you just say them without any obstruction in the air. A, E, I, O, U, right? A, E, I, O, U. And when you say these phonetic sounds, there is no obstruction in the air passage. You just say them, you just say it like that. Okay? So A, E, I, O, U, right? So consonants and vowels. Today we shall see some diphthongs, right? Next, diphthongs. What are diphthongs? They are combination of two vowel sounds. Diphthongs are combination of two vowel sounds, pure vowels, and we shall see them one by one. Okay, so right, diphthongs combination of two vowel sounds. Okay, so here we shall see these vowels, diphthongs, okay, and try to see how they pronounce them. So here A, right? Okay, A as in day. So this day, how do you write this day in phonetics? Okay, day, today, A, okay, A. Then you have this I, either. Okay, I as in fight, fight, or dry, I, right, fight. For example, okay, you see this in fight, fa, then fight, fight, as in fight. Then, okay, we shall go to this next one. Oil, oil, okay, oil, 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 as in oil, as in oil. Oil, okay, so oil, okay, right. Then you have this ow. What is this ow? Right. So please follow the next one. Okay. Okay, the fourth one I am writing here, the fourth one. Okay, the fourth one. Okay, cow, ow. Okay, you are writing here, ow, right, as in cow, the cow. Okay, cow. So how do you write this in phonetics? Cow, okay, as in cow, right? Cow. So, ow, okay. Then, ew, you have this ew. He is an old man. Ew. You have this ew, as in old, right, as in old, old. An old man, okay, old man, right. Then ear, you have the sixth one, ear. Sixth one, you have ear. It's ear, as in tear. As in tear. Where? Okay, shear, mere, okay, tear. So, ear. Tear, as in tear. My tears, okay, tears are coming from my eyes. Tears are coming from my eyes. Tear, okay, right. And then air, chair, where, okay, air, okay, air. You have this next, air. Aya, as in Chaya, Chaya, Aya, okay? Chaya. So how do you write this? Chaya. Chaya. Okay, Chaya. Then Uva. 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 Okay, you have this. Next diphthong sound is, you have this Uva. Uva. Okay, Uva. Okay, Pua. Shua. As in poor, not poor. Okay, poor. It's poor. He's a very poor boy or poor girl. Poor. Poor. Bracket we can write this R or okay, poor. Poor. Okay, so that is it. So 8 diphthongs, right? So I hope you are able to follow. A as in day, today. Today, either, I don't know either, not either one of you come here, okay, either one of you can go there, either, fight, then oil, okay, then owl, town, cow, owl, okay, owl. The next diphthong is owl. Then old man, an old man, okay, old. Then near, tear, fear, near, not fear, tear, no, it's wrong. We don't say it like that. We should not say it like that. Near, fear. Then care, chair. Okay. Then poor. He is a poor boy. He's a poor boy, like that. Okay. So we have seen this consonants, vowels, and diphthongs, right? So you can when you come to college, I'll give you some words and we can have some practice writing down these words. Okay. So actually, I have to continue. The new syllabus is the new syllabus for the first year. I think I would like to introduce that new syllabus tomorrow. Okay, there's a new syllabus, but we have to start that syllabus, not this syllabus which we are following. Right. So today I will just share with you some things about this syllabus, new syllabus. Maybe you will. This syllabus has changed due to the new education policy formulated by our government of India. So here I will have to tell you the syllabus. I can do that tomorrow. Right, but now let's take up this next aspect of this grammar part. Okay, you have this stress and rhythm. Okay, stress and rhythm. Right. Okay. So what is accent and rhythm? What is accent and rhythm? Right. You need to have a musical effect for your language, for your communicative English. When you speak something, right, your voice or your speech should be in a sing-song manner. I mean, not too much, but there should be rhythm in your voice. There should be rhythm in your voice. When there is rhythm in your voice, you will be nice, or your voice will be pleasant to be heard by other people. Will be pleasant to be heard by other people. I hope you understand. So, suppose your voice is monotonous, very dull, people may not have an interest to listen to your lecture or your class. You need to make your voice rhythmic. And this accent, how do you make your voice rhythmic? By increasing or decreasing your voice levels up and down, right? So here, right, rhythm is the musical effect that you give for your speech. Rhythm is the musical effect that you give for your spoken or communicative English. Okay, rhythm is the musical effect that you give for your communicative English, right? And when we talk about rhythm, we shall be discussing about intonation. We shall be discussing about intonation. The rise and fall in the pitch of the voice. The rise and fall in the pitch of the voice is known as intonation. Right? When you speak a certain word, or when you speak a certain sentence, you need to have this up and down. Okay, the flow of the flow of your voice in the language should go up and down. I mean, like it should not be on the same pitch. Your voice should not be on the same level or the same pitch. There should be some variation in your voice levels. When there is some variation in your voice levels, when you speak a particular word or a particular sentence, when there is variation in your voice levels, your sentence will be pleasant to be heard by other people. Okay? Your sentence or what you're speaking, your communicative English will be pleasant to be heard by other people. People will like to hear what you're speaking when you have this intonation in your speech. So the pitch of your voice. You need to have variations in your pitch of voice to make your communication effective, or to be an effective communicator. To be an effective communicator, you need to have variation in your voice levels, right? So intonation and rhythm, rhythmic effect, right? Your speech should have rhythmic effect. Have you noticed these news readers on the TV channels, no? Whether it's local news or whether it's English news? Have you noticed how they start the news and how they read the news in a very sing-song way, and they use intonation, they have proper rhythm in their voice, and they have good accent, whether it's English or the mother tongue, whatever it is, right? You see that they are having a rhythmic effect for their voice. Rhythmic effect for their voice. They sing, they speak in a sing-song way. They speak in a sing-song way. Right. Next. So rhythm, accent, intonation. Okay. I have given you an outline. Right. When I meet you in the class, I shall give you some notes and examples and explain it. Right. Syllable. What is this syllable? What is this syllable? Syllable is a group of speech sounds. A group of speech sounds. Right? They are considered as one unit of a speech sound. Right? A word will have more than one or two syllables, 3 syllables, or 5 syllables, or 1 syllable. Right? For example, you have the word window. Okay, for example, you have this word window, right? So when you look at this word window, right, we can break it into two syllables, win and do. Okay, window. Look at this, for example, it has now two syllables. Two syllables. It has two syllables. That means win, one speech sound, and do, second speech sound. So you are breaking the word based on the speech sounds, right? We, na, do. No, we can't break it like that. It looks very odd. So win, do. Two sounds, two speech sounds. So win, do. So two syllables, right? And you see here, each syllable has a vowel. Each syllable has a vowel. Each syllable has a vowel. It's the nucleus of the syllable, right? Every syllable has a vowel. It can have a vowel and a consonant, right? A vowel and a consonant. So here you have this I and O. Okay, so a syllable is a combination. It can be a combination of a vowel and a consonant. It can be a combination of a vowel and consonant. We may have one or more consonant. Yeah, one or more consonant in a syllable. See, for example, you have here W and N, two consonants. D and W, right? Two consonants. So a syllable is, right, one unit of speech sound having a vowel and one or two consonants in it. So you break it up. So when you break it up, window, you know how to pronounce the word properly. But you can't break up a word as you like. You can't break it up just as you like. There is, you have to identify which is the speech sound. Identify the speech sound and then break it up. Window. Okay? Va, I, na. You can't say va, in, do, no. D-O-W, you can't separate O-W. It has no proper meaning. Da and O, no. Window. Okay? Now for example, look at the word examination. Look at the word examination.